In the marble corridors of American power, a rare thunder has struck only 17 times. Governors, elected by the people, sworn to serve them, dragged from office in chains of their own making, impeached, convicted, erased. From the smoking ruins of the Civil War to the glare of 21st century cameras, these 8 men reached the summit and fell. This is not just history. This is the sound of democracy defending itself. Listen, their stories still burn. Before we dive into the story, take a moment to like and subscribe, and help keep history alive. 1871, William Holden, North Carolina. North Carolina bleeds in 1870. Reconstruction hangs by a thread. William Holden, the first governor ever impeached, stands alone. The Ku Klux Klan rides at night. Black voters vanish. Bodies swing from courthouse oaks. Holden declares martial law. Troops arrest 100 hooded men. For a moment, terror retreats. But the old planter class roars back through the legislature. They charge him with tyranny. The Senate trial is a funeral in slow motion. Witnesses speak of midnight raids. Holden speaks of murdered citizens. On March 22, 1871, the gavel falls. Guilty. Removed. The only American governor impeached for protecting black lives. He walks out into exile, head high, heart broken. Reconstruction dies a little that day. Yet Holden's defeat plants a seed. The Klan's grip loosens. Courage, even when crushed, echoes. 1871, David Butler, Nebraska. Nebraska is barely dry behind the ears in 1871. David Butler, young and hungry, rides the statehood wave into the governor's chair. Schools need building. Bonds are issued. Money flows, some straight into Butler's pocket. $20,000 vanish into private land deals. Auditors uncover the theft. The House impeaches in a single day. The Senate trial is short, brutal. Butler claims bookkeeping errors. The senators don't buy it. Guilty. Removed. First governor ousted for plain corruption. Yet the prairie forgives fast. 11 years later, he's back in the legislature, smiling like nothing happened. Nebraska keeps growing. Rails, towns, futures. Butler's name fades to a footnote, but the stain on the ledger never quite washes out. A young state learns early. Power without guardrails ends in dust. 1913, William Plain Bill, Sulzer, New York. Albany, 1913. William Sulzer campaigns in a battered hat, promising war on Tammany Hall. He wins in a landslide. Then he actually declares war on his own party bosses. Charles Murphy wants patronage. Sulzer refuses. Within months, Tammany strikes back with impeachment lightning. Charges? Campaign fund lies, stock speculation, perjury. The trial is theater, packed galleries, shouting witnesses. Sulzer defends himself for hours, voice cracking. Guilty on 3 counts. Removed after only 10 months. the shortest governorship in New York history. He runs again as an independent and wins a seat in the Assembly just to spite them. Tammany's revenge backfires. Sulzer becomes a folk hero. The machine bleeds. The people remember. Sometimes the little guy wins, even when he loses the chair.
1917, James Paul Ferguson, Texas.
To 1917. James Ferguson, folks just call him Pa, rules like a ranch king. Free textbooks, rural schools, tenant farmer rents capped. The little man loves him. The University of Texas hates him. Pa tries to veto its funding and fire professors who criticize him. The faculty fights back. The legislature impeaches on 21 charges: misusing funds, bullying banks, pardoning cronies. Trial lasts weeks. Pa resigns, one step ahead of conviction, claiming victory. Texas says no, he's barred forever. His wife Miriam runs in his place and wins. Ma Ferguson becomes governor. Twice. Pa's shadow never leaves the mansion. Texas learns a hard truth. Populism can curdle into vengeance. The little man's champion becomes the university's tyrant. Power tastes sweetest when it bites back.
1923, John Walton, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, 1923. Oil booms. Corruption blooms darker. Governor Jack Walton declares martial law to fight the Ku Klux Klan, then uses it to silence newspapers and rivals. One week, he bans public gatherings. Next week, he's impeached on 12 charges, padding payrolls, suspending habeas corpus, pure dictatorship. The legislature meets in secret to avoid his troops. Trial lasts one frantic day. Guilty on 11 counts. Removed before sunset. Fastest impeachment in American history. Walton boards a train and vanishes into the night. Oklahoma breathes relief. The Klan fades. The press returns. A state barely 30 years old discovers its spine and its limits.
1929, Henry S. Johnston, Oklahoma.
6 years later, Oklahoma strikes again. Governor Henry Johnston loves spiritual advisors and long-winded speeches. The legislature hates both. They charge him with incompetence, letting a 23-year-old secretary run the state while he consults mediums. Impeached, convicted, removed. Johnston insists he was framed by oil barons. Oklahoma shrugs. The Capitol keeps spinning. Second governor gone in 6 years. The state earns a nickname no one wants: Impeachment Capital of America.
1988, Evan Mecham, Arizona.
Phoenix, 1987. Evan Mecham wins by a razor. Then opens his mouth. Racial slurs. Canceling Martin Luther King Day. Jokes about pickaninnies. The state recoils. A recall starts. Mecham fights it with indictments, loan fraud, hiding campaign cash. The legislature impeaches first. Trial is cable news circus. Mecham testifies in his own defense, defiant to the end. Guilty. Removed. First governor ousted for intolerance since Reconstruction. Arizona hangs its head, then passes King Day by ballot. Mecham's hate becomes the spark that finally lights justice.
2009, Rod Blago, Illinois.
Chicago, 2008. Barack Obama leaves for the White House. His Senate seat sits empty. Governor Rod Blago sees gold. Wiretaps catch the deal. It's a bleeping valuable thing. I'm not just giving it away. Pay to play, pure and raw. FBI knocks at dawn. Impeachment is unanimous, 114-1 in the House. The Senate trial is reality television with subpoenas. Blagojevich sings on talk shows, claims Shakespearean tragedy. Convicted, removed. Later, 15 years in federal prison. Illinois, land of Lincoln, watches its fourth governor fall to greed. The seat Obama left? Filled cleanly. The system bends, but does not break. Honor the past. Like the video, subscribe, and join us in keeping history.